Now, here's something cool. I don't know if you can see this. Now, while this has been going on,
Okay.
I have been doing a live
Oh, nice. On TikTok?
on TikTok. So you can wave to everyone on TikTok.
Oh,
Karina, for everyone that's on TikTok, you can see her out there on TikTok as well, and she is a fine live host. All
thank
right.
you. Appreciate it.
Yes. So let's talk about. So you've just come back. Now, like you said a couple of days ago, you have just come back from Peru. You've had some challenges with jet lag and what have you, and I can understand. And then also going through that process of shifting back into a bilingual mode because you've been fully immersed in your Spanish language from where you came from, and so now you got to come back into here.
Mhm.
So as an entrepreneur and you're bilingual, I mean, around here you're operating in English more
Yes.
often than not. So, I mean, are you doing anything in Peru? Are you doing anything with Spanish speakers to try to capture that demographic?
No,
Why not?
because it's not my priority. I'm
Good answer.
focused,
That's a good answer.
I'm focused on the US. And when I go to Peru, my priority is my family. And I try to spend, I would say 99% of my time taking care of my family and now my nephews who are orphans and I'm
Right,
their mom and dad. And
right,
that's my priority.
right.
Mhm.
And I think and you said you were looking at some business options, I believe, down there. Yeah, you had a beautiful Airbnb that you were doing some, I think, a live session down there, and then that was a great find for you. That was in Lima, correct?
Yes, that was in Lima. That's an Airbnb that I rented.
You did good. That's nice.
Thank you. That I rented to take my mom, my nephews, my
Mm.
siblings, and their kids. It was absolutely beautiful. I would go back to the same Airbnb one more time. It's well kept, it's clean, it's beautiful. The house design is more like a Spanish style, like Spanish
Hmm.
design. It was absolutely beautiful.
Oh, that's wonderful. So that reminds me, the last time my son Noah and I went, I'm trying to think how many years now. I said gosh, it's had to be it's 6 or 7 years ago now. We went to Hama, Ecuador, and we were working with their version of Habitat for Humanity and building a couple of houses. And I had wanted to do that forever and ever, and I would love to be able to do that more often. But of course, changing political things going on in crime, in that areas, that's an amazing thing. So I won't take up any more time with that. So what is your next direction? What is coming up in Karina Neill's world that you'd like to talk about? Because this is a little more one-on-one, where the extra is, it's just you and me. We're talking about some things that are going on that they're taking you forward. And then also at the very end, I'm going to be taking like screen captures of the frontage of your building, your Facebook site, and things like that. And I'm going to be using that as a little advertising tool there for you all. So what's going on with Karina Neill right now?
I appreciate it. Well, what is not going on would be also another question. Seriously. Because my life has changed 100% since last September when I lost my brother-in-law who was like my dad. He raised me since my biological father abandoned me. He raised me. He was my oldest sister husband. And since I was five, when I remember things, 5 years old and things like that, I actually thought he was my dad, and I thought that my oldest sister was my mom. But
Mhm,
then I
mhm, mhm,
realized that she was my sister and he was my brother-in-law. Passing away, when he passed away, it hit me really hard because he was the last father figure that I had left in my life.
mhm, mhm.
So I was depressed, I was sad. I lost like 10 pounds out of
Oh,
sadness.
wow.
It was really, really bad. I was trying to recover from that, and my sister, his wife, my oldest sister, passed away now in March.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like he created a wound that was fresh, open, and painful. And then my sister created another one on top. So since March, oof, I've been surviving with this super wound, I would say, um, and keep going. So I had to put on standby my personal projects
Right.
and just go and help. My nephews became my priority. My
Yes.
mom became my priority. I'm just so grateful that my clients were so understanding that as soon as I came back, I had my schedule filled with clients and sessions. And
Mm-hmm.
even now, they've been waiting for their images to be delivered. I just came back 2 days ago, and my agenda is still filled with sessions. And I'm just so grateful for that opportunity, for that trust from my clients, because I do need the income to help and support my nephews. I what comes next for me is I need to learn more about being mom and dad of two heartbroken nephews that
Yeah.
God or the destiny suddenly threw them my way. Like suddenly I became mom and dad of these two heartbroken boys.
Mm-hmm. How
I
old are they?
One is 13 and one is 19. One's in
Oh,
high
that's tough.
school, one is going to college.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to learn more how to be a good parent for them, right?
Right.
And have a good balance because I know what their parents wanted for them. Because my sister and I were so, so close. As I said, she was like my second mom. She was my
Right.
confidant. We would talk for hours and hours every day. I would be cooking and she would be on the phone. So when I would need piece of advice because my brother-in-law was an amazing leader. It's something that I learned from him was to be honest, to be a good person, to
Mm-hmm.
be a giving person. So when I had projects, when I had ideas, I would run those projects, those ideas through him. And I say, hey, Lucho, what do you think about this? I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking about investing here or doing this, doing that. He would be so honest with me and he would tell me, that's not a good idea. Or that's a great idea. Or how about this? How about that? Now I miss that because he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone.
I remember you were talking a couple of years ago about buying your mom a place to live, and then you put in so much with your business to try and look into real estate in Lima to set up something for your mother.
Yes, and that already happened because I bought a house. And even with his help, we went to different subdivisions, different neighborhoods, and he told me the good place, this is a
Mm-hmm.
bad place. He
Mm-hmm.
guided me. He was with me through that process as well. Thank God that house was bought.
Mm-hmm.
My mom enjoys her small house, but so many other things. What I'm going to try to do is try to learn how to be a good parent, mom and dad for my nephews. Try
Mm-hmm.
try my best to be there for them with love, with attention,
Right.
because
Right.
I will never be able to fulfill or fill that spot of mom and dad. That nobody can cover that spot. It's
Right.
impossible.
Right.
But I promise them that I'm going to be there for them, a shoulder to cry on, an ear to listen,
Right.
eye to cry, and a smile to smile with them in the good moments. That's what I promise them. And I want, and in order for that, I want to also focus on my own mental health, right? And photography for me is my therapy because when I come back here, I focus on my clients, I focus on creating art, I focus on my business. I go and volunteer with Rotary. So Rotary and photography come hand to hand to help myself for my mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Husband just called saying dinner is ready. But, but in that,
That's good. We're about done. It's okay.
in that same plan that I have, I want to keep building my magazine because I have a magazine that I started at the beginning of the year, but my life got upside down, and
Right.
that's I have already all my possible, not my possible, but my assigned
Right.
local business owners with their magazines that I need to work on,
Right.
and eventually go back to competing because I'm big on competing. I like to compete with my art, and I need
Mm,
to create more art directed to competing in New York, to competing in Europe. I need to refocus as well for that, um, and definitely take care of my health for sure.
yeah. I mean that's a thing. I mean, because now it's kind of like not necessarily being an empty nester, but I mean, how old is your daughter?
She's 23.
So she's 23, and so your nephews are a little younger,
Hmm.
but that's the good part. I mean, you got your girl to
Hmm.
that age, and then now that you got your nephews and your Tia, and
Hmm.
then so all these things are kind of coming together. So you're uniquely positioned to to really do all you can to raise to further raise them into some fantastic men.
Hmm.
And I mean, I know as having four of my own, two girls, two boys, and then now two grandbabies, that it's all about taking care of things so
Hmm.
that way I can see myself and where my grandparents were for me at
Hmm.
then. So I mean, I mean, you will. You're going
Thank you.
you're going to do all those things and
Thank
then
you.
10 times more because what you've done is you set yourself up as such a great example that those boys they know about. I mean, you're not Tia Karina, but what do they call you? Do you have a nickname?
They do call me Tia Karina.
Tia Karina. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's wonderful. Well, it's 8:13 now, and I don't want to take any more of your time. Your husband's calling you, say, "Hey, it's
Hmm.
t time to eat." And thank you so much. It's been a process trying to get you here, and I really hope you've enjoyed this process.
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity and for the consideration to be in your engagement room.
Mhm.
And I admire your leadership and your commitment
Thank you.
to be a better public speaker. I learn a lot from you,
Thank you.
so I'm following your steps. Don't forget that. I'm
Okay,
watching
thank you.
because
Thank
I'm
you. Yeah,
learning
that's
from you.
those are boundaries. Those are constraints. It's like you're being watched. You're being watched right now.
Yes,
So
yes.
so so I honestly, again though, I mean, you did a lot of things off the cuff tonight, but I really want you to do that in Espanol. And I want to capture it. I want
Hey,
to capture it the same way. I really, really do. I want to get you there.
well, I watched the previous show that you had. The
Oh,
gentleman talked
yeah.
about saying no, and I'm learning to say no as well, so I can
Okay.
stay focused. But we'll talk about it. At the moment, I don't think so, but maybe around
It's
fall or
okay.
Christmas time.
It's
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
You have every person that has participated in this project has an open invite to come back because I've already decided that at in August that will be the end of season one. There
Mhm.
will be a season two, and it's going to be thematic. So those things are coming up, and then I will be sending out to everyone saying, "Hey, here's the dates. We're looking at these themes, and so that will be out there." So in the end, so again, so you remember, whenever I shut down the live, whenever I save this, I will have raw video. Then I will take into a program and break that down and put that in an editable format, both the full session and then this extra session
Sounds good.
and that will be both on Spotify, YouTube, and then on Apple Podcasts. But I will share with you the raw video
Hmm.
because I know you'll like that, and I know you'll be able to take a look at that, and then think about what you might do with some of that video, and
Yeah.
to make commercials for yourselves
Thank
or to
you.
build some things
Yeah.
up because that's
Appreciate it.
one of the things that I want to give every speaker, that you have the raw individual stuff to
Hmm.
work with, not just the link of the finished product.
Hmm.
So, all right. Well, you have
Sounds
a
good.
wonderful night. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much again. And I'm
Thank
glad
you
you're
so much.
back. I'm glad you're doing you're doing so well. And I'm praying for you. So, but don't
Thank
forget, don't forget Toastmasters on Thursday, and it's hybrid too. So you
Yes.
can come on in. And one thing I will be that I'm going to be doing, I already started doing, is doing a one time a month educational sessions, body language, lighting, evaluation, things like that. So that's
That's great.
something that I'm doing going forward. So those are
Awesome.
there too. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Tim, and you have a good
Okay.
night.
You
Thank you
too.
again.
Thank you. All
Thank
righty.
you.
All right. Bye bye.